Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of Midwest Reviews. Well, guys, we're coming to you live. Well, not live, this is going to be recorded beforehand, but we're coming to you from Fort Myers, Florida. So, today, guys, what we're going to be talking about is the certain themed lands of the Magic Kingdom. Now, this actually stems back from being in Disneyland. See, in Disneyland in the 50s and 60s, the most popular themes in cinema and TV shows, you had the Jungle Trekking Adventures, which would later lead to the creation of Adventureland, the Old West genre, which led to Frontierland, Disney's own catalog of animated fantasy movies, which obviously led to Fantasyland, and then the sci-fi genre led to what Tomorrowland would become. Now, considering that we're talking about Disney World, since the Magic Kingdom would carry a very consistent and familiar theme when it opened in the 70s, most of those lands transitioned over. Large evidence of this is the fact that eventually both lands would have Splash and Big Thunder in Frontierland, which matched the themes, obviously. And then, of course, the big and third mountain from the kingdoms would be Space Mountain, which is in Tomorrowland. Now, the funny things about these is, over time, those sort of genres that they were based on fell out of popularity. If you look today, you look at Old West movies, they are few and far between now, and there are not TV shows like there were back in the day, like Bonanza and ones like that. So my question to you guys is, and you make sure to answer this down below, is if they were to do certain themed lands today, what sort of genres do you think that they would be based off of? But since we went ahead and brought up the mountains aspect, let's go ahead and talk about this real quick, because Splash Mountain actually came out much later in Disney's life. It didn't come out whenever the park opened in the 70s. It's one of those sort of deals that, you know, it's good to have it, and it's a great ride. And we've talked about in the past that what it's based off of is not necessarily politically correct, especially in today's atmosphere. And, you know, if I had my own way and they were going to reskin it, now I know a lot of people would have issues with that, and some of you may also, and I totally understand that. But for me, I've never seen the Song of the South, yet I understand that it's kind of, you know, where it came from is wrong. So, you know, like we talked about in one of our previous videos, if we were to actually re-theme the ride to kind of match with more modern day stuff, even though they just opened Toy Story Land as of the time of this video, one of the things that they could do is they still have a Buzz Lightyear ride in Tomorrowland. So why not theme Splash Mountain as like Woody's Roundup Club, using that, maybe not that as the title, but that as sort of the theme. Now, one of the other things that we want to go ahead and talk about real quickly is, as far as Big Thunder goes, I think that's perfect. There's not a particular IP that ties in with it really well, and I think that's perfectly fine. You don't have to have an IP in every single ride, so I would leave Big Thunder alone. Now, if we were going to introduce an IP to, say, Space Mountain, I would like to see what was done over in California with giving it more of a Star Wars overlay. Now, not everybody is a Star Wars fan, but I think that would be really kind of a cool deal, because we've never seen that in Florida. So maybe if they did some updates and adjustments to it, that could be one thing that they include, because, you know, I like the old classic Star Wars, not this new Disney Star Wars. So if they kind of included the old classic theme, I think that that would be a very strong way to update it. Now, as of the time of this video, we received word that basically Tomorrowland just overall is going to get a general overhaul, like everything from the People Mover to Carousel Progress and other things like that. So, you know, I doubt they're going to put a Star Wars type theme in there. Maybe kind of go something with, like, you know, maybe they're going to do a little bit of Tron, because Tron kind of basically just butts up to where Space Mountain is, where it's going in the Magic Kingdom. So, but guys, tell me what you think about the overall theming of these lands, to kind of, you know, it's just sort of I kind of want to see what you guys think about that. So please leave stuff down in the comments below. Tell me which one is your favorite. And again, like we asked earlier, if there's if they were to redo the lands today, what sort of genres do you think that those lands would fit in? So anyway, guys, there's nothing else to really discuss. I hope you guys enjoyed this talk about those lands. Until next time, guys, we'll see you in another review.